Hello everyone, this is DragonLoon, and today we are in another tycoon game that has been in development for quite a bit. They've done a lot with this game. The modding community has been hard at work making all kinds of mods, such as new stands, new structures, and I was actually looking at it before I did this recording, and it looks really, really nice. However, I'm not going to download anything. But we are back in Tycoon games because I love Tycoon games. And this one is similar to Airport CEO, but it's different. So let's go ahead and get on in here by starting a brand new game. Now, in here you have sandbox mode. Is exactly what it sounds like. You also have the ability to do scenarios. My guess is that the modding community and the community in general has the ability to make scenarios, and you can play those. I haven't done so. I'm not intending to. Now, you can change the map size, but only in sandbox mode. That doesn't mean you can't increase the map in career mode, but you can't change the starting map. Your initial funds also do not change unless you go start from scratch, in which case you start with $1 million. However, we are not going to do that. I always like starting my very first airport in SimAirport with the pre-constructed airport because it lets you start earning money right away. All right, so let's go ahead and get on in here. All right. Welcome to SimAirport. Alright, so as I was saying, this game is a lot like Airport CEO, but it is also a lot different than Airport CEO. In this, you have the ability to do government grants. You don't have to select... I don't think you have to select anything. Oh yeah, you do have to select them in order to start working towards them, but at the same time, you can also take a look at what you need so that you can, say, get everything in the passenger experience done right away, and then go in and select the grants, and you can earn money. But we'll go ahead and close that out for right now. And the basic airport that they start you with is right here. You have a very small runway. You have some taxiways, and you have one gate. They also furnish you automatically with a couple ticketing booths, one security center, some bathrooms, both inside security and outside security, and your basic zones. Now, you can also go underground by hitting the page up, page down button, and you have 2 levels. Eventually, we might build underground parking and things like that, but right now we are just going to start with this. So unlike in Airport CEO, where you hire contractors through a contract company, here you hire just workmen, and they take care of everything from maintaining your structures to building new ones. We currently start with 2, and they're about to arrive, but we are going to increase that to 10. There we go. Now, you also have admin, like your CFO, COO, CTO, things like that. But in order to get those, you have to do research. You have to research them. And those will also allow you to get contracts, dedicated contracts with airlines eventually. But we won't get into that just yet. So, what we do need to do is we do need to go into our flight manager. Now, this is the major area where Airport CEO and SimAirport differ. In Airport CEO, you just contract with airlines, and you have to constantly refresh when those particular flights come in. In SimAirport, you just simply get the flight, schedule it, and every single day it comes in at that time. So let's go ahead and get on in here. We will I know that Aero Time always has the best flights. I don't know why, but that just simply is what it is. Down here, you can see the aircraft types. Like we have the Bombardier 900, we have the Ember 195, they have Boeing 737s and Boeing 707s. Unfortunately, we can't do the 707s right now because we need large gates and longer runways, unfortunately. So, I personally don't like the Bombardier 900s and the Ember 195s. That's just so I was wrong. Aerotime is not the one that has the really good ones. All right. Let's take a look at WestJet. WestJet has what is that? That's the Dash 8. That one isn't very good either because it only has a max of 50 passengers. We're looking for ones like the 737s, the 707s, things like that. So Pacific Airlines, those only have the Beech 1900s. Ooh, they do have the Airbus 320. So we'll go ahead and grab that, and that will put it down here in our flight queue. And you can see down here we have a little notification saying that we have one flight that needs to be scheduled, but we will move on from there. So let me go through here. Let me get a couple of airlines or flights scheduled, or not scheduled, but accepted, and I'll bring you right back. All right, folks. So I have 3 flights for our AM, and I have 3 flights for our early, or not early AM, but our AM, and 3 flights for our afternoon. Right now, we can't do PM because those flights require runway lights and PAPI lights and things like that, and we don't have those just yet. And as you can see, we don't have any flights available in that. Now, unfortunately, I did have to accept a Ember 195, excuse me. I went with that one because we were all out of the larger aircraft, and this one is the next biggest one that we have available right now, with 90 passengers. Now, the reason that the passengers are so important is because, you know, more passengers equals more money. So the way that you schedule is really, really easy. You just simply drag and drop. Now, I know from previous experience that 3 flights will fit in each section. You do also want to keep a little bit of a gap between your flights. Just so that, you know, flights aren't being delayed at all. You can also, you can also change the time frame that each one takes up. Like, for instance, this E195, it only has 90 passengers. It doesn't need a 2-hour block. So you can drop that down. Unfortunately, you can only drop it down to 1.5 hours, but that's all that 90 passengers needs. So we'll go from there. All right, next thing that we want to go ahead and do is go down here to our build and go to objects, and we will grab another Yeah, we'll grab another small gate and rotate that around and throw that in there. What that will do once that is built up is will allow us to have even more flights. Then we want to go and select our runway, go upgrade, and we're going to grab the runway lights and throw those down. I guess it really doesn't matter as long as it's green. And we're also going to grab the upgrades, and we're going to grab the Pappy lights. Now, if we zoom in on the Pappy lights, you can see that they actually have an orientation. Now, if you don't know what a Pappy light is, it is a way for pilots to tell if they are too high or too low without using instruments, in case their instruments fail. So, and yes, I had to look that up. In fact, I might just grab that Wikipedia page. All right. So we're going to put one Pappy light there, and when you put Pappy lights down, you need two. One on each end of the runway. And, ooh, they actually go on that one there. Ooh, cancel project. There we go. All right. There we go. Now let's jump to 3 times speed. Just give me 12 times speed. Ooh. And we'll see our construction workers show up, as well as our security workers. All right, and there are all of our supplies that we ordered. And we will let those build up, and hopefully we can get all of this done before day 2, because new flights that you request will not come in until the next day. All right, so I forgot something about this aircraft stand. It doesn't have access out to the stand. The other thing I want to do now that it is constructed is I want to go in here, and we are going to keep this Terminal A. So all we have to do is change the terminal letter, and it automatically changes the gate number as well. So let's go down here. We'll go into Build and Objects, Ops, and we will grab a single sliding door. Line that up with that crosswalk. We also need a gate agent desk, and we'll put that off to the side like that. All right, now the other thing that I want to do is I want to build some queues. So we'll expand the queues, go one out, starting there, and we'll make a queue like that. And we'll repeat the process over here. And then while we're in here making all of these changes, let's throw in some benches. All right. All right, and now that the runway lights and the Pappy lights are built, we can actually go in, and now we have our PM flights. So let me go through and get some PM flights and get those scheduled, as well as get the second gate scheduled with some tasty flights, and I'll be right back. All right, so we just ran into a problem. We cannot get any more flights because we don't have an air traffic control tower. So we need to build an air traffic control tower, which is found under structures. And we will just throw that right about there. All right. So if you look down here, you can see that we have a notification on our staff saying you are missing some staff to complete all of the jobs you have scheduled. We're missing one staff. Now, you can go in and manually hire and fire as you build things, or you can use this auto hire fire, which means like if we were to destroy that gate agent after we had hired another staff, it would fire that staff to keep only the necessary staff on hand. Now, that does not work for janitors and workmen. All other positions, retail workers, chefs, security, and staff, it does work for. So we'll go ahead and use auto hire, auto fire, and go from there. All right, and now that we have that air traffic control tower, we can keep going with getting our flights. So give me just a moment, and I'll be right back again. All right, folks, so there we go. I have a full flight schedule. I did have to grab a bunch of smaller aircraft, shall we say, like 75 packs, 90 packs, 50 packs. I put all of the really small aircraft down here on gate 2, and all the larger one, except for this very last one, on gate 1. So there we go. We have all of that, and now all we have to do, we have to assign the gate desk to the gate. We also want to go down here and assign it to that queue, and we'll do the same with this one. And then we're going to go over here and make a queue for this gate, or that desk, that desk. And we're eventually going to be adding more ticket counters, so we'll go ahead and throw in the queues for those. And we also want a queue for security. All right. Sorry about that. Somehow I had it set up to where hitting tab would also hide the UI, and we don't want that because then we can't do what we need to do. And while we're waiting, we'll go ahead and throw in those ticketing counters. The other thing I do want to throw in, which will help gain money, if we go under retail tab and scroll down. Nope, it's not under retail. I think it's under decor. There it is. Digital ad display. This will passively generate money. Well, kind of passively. every pack that passes it, it will generate money. So we want to make sure that we put those in high traffic areas. And because obviously this is the highest traffic area, we'll put a couple there. And we'll put one right there. All right. The other thing I do want to do is I want to put in some of these ticketing kiosks, because this will allow packs to get their own ticket. Like, say they don't have luggage that needs to be checked, they can get their tickets on their own. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do, well, we are waiting for our flights to come in. If we look at our flight status, we can see those. Obviously, we don't have anything because it's still, you know, the day one. We do want to come in here to our research and just go through and select all of these top ones. This will unlock our CFO, our COO, our CTO, and... oh, we can't unlock the other one until we unlock, I think it's that one. And our construction foreman, which will allow us to continue with the research. So we will go with the CFO first, COO, CTO, and then construction. And let those research up. Ah, there we go. Our flight schedule is populated. Now, the goal is to have the flights come in and arrive either before or at the designated time, and depart before or at the designated time with all of the packs. If we can do that, we get a bonus called the Perfect Ops bonus. And that does go up. I think it's 7 days, a max of 7 days. And once you hit that 7th day, that bonus, as long as you have consecutive perfect ops, will be at its max, and you'll keep getting that amount. It's just an incentive to make sure that you have a well-designed airport. So give me a few minutes to, I'll bring you back when the first flight comes in. All right, folks. So if you look, we have these packs here. That means that our first flight is about to come in, and you can see that some of them are using the ticketing kiosks, which I guess I have those facing the wrong way. And some of them were using the ticketing stands. You can also see that we are getting a backup here in our security, which means we need more security. Now, the way that we go about doing that is expanding this hallway out right here. So we will grab our foundations queue and expand it out roughly there. Now, we don't want the passengers walking back through security on their way to the baggage claim, so we will actually wait until that is built. And it looks like they are having to go through the airport, which I don't like. So we're going to go objects, and we're going to go ops. We are going to find the gate, the fence gate. There it is, outdoor gate. And we are going to throw that in right there. All right. So based off of this here, we are not going to get the perfect ops bonus today, because passengers are going to miss their flights. They can't get through security fast enough, unfortunately. All right, so now that they're building the walls, we can come in here and we can make a 2 foundation wide hallway like that. And then we can use the dismantle tool, excuse me, and dismantle that set of walls. And we also want to go to our floors and try and match up the floor that they cave to start with. Is that the right floor? That's the floor we're going to use. And then we need to expand our security zone. And now that we have all of that, let's go into our ops and let's set up our securities. So we need 2 spaces available for the metal detectors. So we'll go out 2, place one there, go out 2, place one there. And then we'll grab our metal detectors. And if you look, you can see the arrow. That's the direction of flow. And we want that pointing towards the gate for all of them. Now, each one of these also needs a ID check stand. And we are going to want to delete the zone, baggage claim zone, right there, because we want to put in some queues, like that. Oh yeah, we have a lot of passengers that are gonna miss their flights. See? A lot of passengers missing their flights. Alright, and so now that these walls here are done, we can put down these security gate exits. So that when we remove these walls here, our security is still set up properly. Now, the next issue that we're going to have is all of the trash there. We need more janitors. So let's go into our staff and hire a few more janitors. We also want to place some trash bins around, which can be found under Ops. Actually, it can be found under multiple places. And Ops is not one of those. I believe it's Decor. I know it's under Retail. Or maybe not. Cafe. Comfort. There it is. Ooh. Yeah, see, we had way too many missed passengers. We didn't get our perfect ops bonus. Not today. All right, folks. So I let the game run once I had everything built up for almost a full second day. If we look in here, you can see all our number of passengers boarded is completely green, and you know, the exact same number on both sides. Our arrival and departures are completely green already. It is just about 5:30 game time. But if we go and look at yesterday, that's where we were running into a problem until about 9 o'clock on that day, when we finally got the security checkpoint sorted out. So we have gotten our passenger flow sorted for 2 gates. I think next we will work on getting the offices for our CTO, COO, CIO, things like that, as well as getting a maintenance room, because we need a maintenance room for our construction workers to be able to maintain our equipment, such as our security checkpoints, because as you can see, maintenance condition 95%. That does go down over time, and we will need to repair it. However, for now, If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave me a like, as it really does help my videos with the YouTube algorithm. And if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more really awesome content. Until next time, stay frosty out there.